Welcome back. Today in this video, we're going to talk about the challenges that business owners are facing. I'm going to talk about three major challenges. One is employee challenges. I like to call them people challenges. Two is competition and how to stay ahead of that competition. And three is a bonus, and we'll get to that at the end, so stay tuned. So, employee challenges. Again, I call them people challenges. Congratulations, you have an issue with an employee? So does everybody. I've spoke to business owners all across the country and from the other side of the world, and everyone I speak to has an employee challenge. Again, I call them people challenges. I really think that we're all in the business of people management, and once you really understand people and how to work with the right people, but more importantly, how to bring in the right people to your organization. So first up, we're going to talk about people. I have got three things that I'm going to share with you that have really changed the game in my business. And that's hiring, onboarding, and retaining. And I'm going to talk about each one of those things and what's really helped me with finding the right people, onboarding and training those people, and then retaining those people. In my business, I have almost 100 employees. I talk to some small business owners and they're like, Joe, I would lose my freaking mind if I had 100 employees. And it doesn't have to be that difficult. And if you can really nail these steps, it can change the game for your business. So let's talk about it. All right, so people, so hiring. You got to get a process for hiring. It's so important. Hiring can really just suck the life out of any business owner and really just murder your time. It's super important that you put some sort of a simple process together for hiring. Who right now in the organization, just start simple, who right now could just start going through resumes? We have a really awesome process, and over the years, now we have someone, their only job here in the organization is hiring. We're always hiring someone with 100 employees at this point. So hiring for us is it's never ending. So this person is doing a number of different things. One, she's posting jobs on every single platform that's out there, from Indeed to Monster to even Craigslist. And we're also using now social media platforms. If you're not using social media platforms, you're behind the times. We put ads out on social media from Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have someone in our business and their job is hiring. That's all they do is focus on hiring. One thing that's super important is you got to get the job out on a number of different things on every single platform, from Indeed to Monster to Craigslist. But really, you got to start using social media. If you're not using social media nowadays to hire, you're behind the times. We have ads on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's super, super important. But you need a process to look through all those resumes that come in. So right now, you might not be at a point in your company might be in the beginning stages, whatever it might be, there might not be a need to have someone full-time. I definitely get that, I understand it, but who in your organization can just get the job listed on a number of different platforms and just review resumes? That within itself can be almost a full-time job. So who right now can help sift through resumes? When you look at a resume, tell that person, hey, these are the things that I'm looking for. This is what we don't want, this is what we do want. Have them sift through those resumes, and at the very least, take it one step further, have them do an upfront phone call. Reach out to that person, see if they're a fit. So again, you got to get a process for hiring. You have to get it out on all the platforms. You have to have a review process on the resumes. Here's something crazy that we do and it works awesome, but in this day and age, it's sometimes inconvenient or can be a time killer to do 1 million interviews. So we started to do FaceTime or Skype interviews. It's made it so much more efficient. So hiring is such an important process, and it's really important that you put a process together with it. Obviously, I mentioned that I have someone that we have here, and their sole job is just for hiring, and I get that you might not be at that point today, and that's fine. So put a simple process together. Who can help you put the jobs out there on a number of platforms? Who can review those resumes as they come in, eliminate the ones that don't make sense? But one step further, and this is something I'm going to share with you that's been awesome for us. Instead of, interviews are time killers, and you as a business owner, you're running around doing 1 million things. I get it, and so am I. What's really changed the game for us is, and it's made it convenient for both parties, us and the person we're interviewing, is we started doing FaceTime or Skype interviews, and it's been awesome. We've eliminated an interview from an hour down to 15 minutes. You can get a really good understanding and a right feel for the candidate. Go through any questions that you need. and not have to have someone come in and schedule up all this time. You can probably knock out 4 interviews in an hour. That'll change the game for you and your business, and you won't feel so fatigued with interview after interview. So get a process together for hiring. It's super, super important. And don't be so quick to bring in just anybody. It's such a cliche, but it's so true. Hire slow and fire fast, but really focus on bringing those right people into the organization. So hiring, super, super important. Get a process around it. Make your life easier. Have a rock star system for hiring. So the second part that I'm going to talk about is onboarding and training. You have to have an onboarding process and a training process. And what do I mean by onboarding? Onboarding means, again, someone who can you designate in your office, and it should not be you as the owner. You got to move from operator to owner. And in order to do this, you need a process around onboarding. And what does that mean? All the freaking paperwork that you have to do to bring somebody onto the company. There needs to be a process for that, and someone in your organization needs to handle that. Get all that paperwork filled out, send it into payroll, or however you're doing. If you're not that step of doing payroll yet, whatever it might be, but all that onboarding paperwork. There should be some sort of a welcome letter to welcome that new candidate into the organization. Super important. Get it all together so you're not scrambling, running around, pulling this paper, that paper. That could just kill half a day. Get a process around your onboarding. Super, super important. Change the game for us. Again, we have 100 people. Training. Every single position in your company needs to be documented. And you, at this point, as an owner, might not even be the best person to document it. Or if your company's still small, you might be the best person to document it. Some of your employees, though, in your organization might be the best people to put together your training package. It doesn't need to be this crazy, robust thing, but every position should have a simple training doc that's 1, 2, or 3 pages, depending on how detailed the position is, and basically just goes down the responsibilities of that position, what they're responsible for, and where they can go or who they can talk to for whatever information that they might need. Having that documented is so important, and it'll make bringing someone onto the company, it'll just speed up that whole process and make it organized. So in my company, the onboarding is it's all mapped out. There's an onboarding package that everybody gets, and there's someone here in my company that's responsible for that, and that's all put together. And we get all that, make sure that's all completed the right way, and that's saved in the employee's file. So training, every position is going to have a different set of training. We broke it down into a few simple steps. One, training is just a welcome into the company, what our missions and values are, and what we come to every day to work. Super important, everyone needs to know that. 2 is the systems. We have a number of systems that we utilize in our business, and a training around how to use the systems, whether it's your CRM system, your email system, whatever system you're utilizing to interact with clients, we have a training for that, and that's documented for every single position. And then a step-by-step to obviously their job and what they're here to do. Obviously that needs to be documented. Most likely the head of the department, or whatever the rock star is in that department, is probably the best person to put that training manual together, and that's really important. It's also really nice too, when someone comes in your organization, there is a simple onboarding process that was organized, and then you go into a nice training process with the training manual. It's just a game changer, and it makes any employee coming into your business realize that there's structure in your organization and in your company. It's super, super important. So now we're going to talk about retaining your employees and retention. You've done all these great things, hiring, onboarding, training, you found the right person, that's hard enough. Now we got to keep that person. You don't want to do all this work and then lose them. And it's funny, we're right next to this banner here, but one of the biggest things in our company is culture, and we've had to create a culture. Our company scored 98% overall employee happiness at work, and that was a survey that Delivering Happiness did. I definitely recommend you check out that book, Delivering Happiness. Also, depending on the size of your company, Delivering Happiness can come in and do a workshop with you and your team and help you build that culture. But at the very least, read that book so you can understand culture. And creating that right culture and creating an awesome work environment, it's just been a game changer for us. And not only are people more happy. Because they're happy, they want to stay, and because they're happy, they're working in peak performance every single day. And you walk around their office, and I might take you on a little tour after this, but everyone is in such a great positive mood, and they want to come here every day, and everyone's happy to come here. Not only is it just amazing to see this in action, it's great because people want to stay here. So some of the things that we've done for culture, we actually have a culture team. It's made up of about 6 to 7 people, and there's a culture leader. And culture is not an easy thing to explain, and if you read that book, Delivering Happiness, it'll really help. But culture to us is everyone understanding what the mission is, and here it's innovating the way entrepreneurs grow in our company. And what that means is us doing everything and anything that we can to help our business owners succeed and grow. It's super important to us, and providing just awesome, great customer service. And more value than the rest of our competition. But culture is really everyone understanding what your mission is in your company. And then on top of that, make it a fun place to work. It doesn't need to be so serious. We have a little thing here is that we can all come to work and do our jobs, but we can absolutely have fun doing it. And everyone here in my company, on my team, is having a great time and having fun all day. So make your company a fun place to be. We have something that's really cool that are called wow cards. It's a simple thing, it's silly, but the team gives them out, and then at the end of the month we do a raffle and someone wins a prize. We're constantly doing, usually once a quarter, a company mixer, whether it's in the office or outside of the office. We have a volleyball team. We participate in sports. We do a company picnic. We get involved locally with charities and do some contributions and give backs, which are just the game changers, and we get the team involved. Those are some of the examples of things that we've done to create culture. On top of that, I engage my staff and my employees, and I think it's really important as a business owner that you get present, that you just have some simple conversations of how you doing today. It sounds silly, but you'd be surprised at how many owners never engage with their staff or employees, and that alone is really helpful. So that concludes part 1 of this video. Part 2 is going to talk about competition, how to stay ahead of it. So make sure you check out part 2. I'm also going to share a bonus in this video. Another challenge that I hear a lot of business owners have is finding the right financing. It can be challenging, and there's a number of different financing options that are out there today, separate from your bank. A lot of business owners don't know where to go and don't even know of all those different lenders. So what we've done is we've just simplified that process, made it real easy. We have over 75 lenders on a platform. Check out this link below, and we'll help match you to the right lender to get you some financing so you can grow your business.